Right, in this video, we're going to talk about suggested exercises from 2.2. There will be more problems from this section, but they're going to be able to be done faster because of the rules that we learned in this section. So let's review some of those rules and definitions. The constant rule, what is the derivative of a constant function? It's always zero. For a power function in the form of cx to the n, f prime of x is going to be c times n, x to the n minus 1. Derivatives of trigonometric functions, what are the derivatives of sine and cosine functions? So if f of x is sine x, f prime of x is cosine of x. If g of x is cosine of x, g prime of x is negative sine x. Our co-functions are going to have negative derivatives. Will be a pattern that we'll see. Average velocity and velocity describe the difference between average velocity and velocity. So when they just say velocity, they're talking about instantaneous velocity. Your average velocity requires 2 points, an initial and a final. And so it is xf minus xi over tf minus ti, or delta x over delta t. And we can call that v bar or v average, like that. Whereas our instantaneous velocity is going to be a derivative. It's going to be the limit as delta t approaches 0 of s of t minus s of 0 over delta t. Actually, let's do it this way: t plus delta t minus s of t over delta t, like that. And that'll be s prime of t, like so. We're usually going to do it where we know what the value is, limit as t approaches a of s of t minus s of a over t minus a is s prime at a, because we're usually given a specific time that we want to find the velocity at. So, all right, let's look at number 5. And we have estimating the slope with the picture here. So at, let's actually just find it and see that the picture verifies what we think. Y prime is 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. It's 1 over 2x to the 1/2. So at 1, it's 1 over 2 times the square root of 1. 1 over 2 times 1. It's 1 over 2. So it looks like here we have a rise of 1 and a run of 2 if we would keep drawing that out there. It looks like it would come through right about there. We would have gone up 1 and right 2. So that jives with this slope of 1/2 when x equals 1. Let's look now at, this was A, 5A, 5B is y equals x cubed and we know y prime will be 3x squared. So y prime at 1 is 3 times 1 squared is 3 times 1 is 3. And let's take a look at this. It certainly looks like we are going to here rise 3 and run 1 is pretty close to what's going on here. We would estimate that to be 3, but we have our math here to tell you that that's actually what's going on. I don't really like the estimates as much as I like being precise with our calculations. So y equals x to the negative 1/2, y prime equals negative 1/2 x to the negative 3/2, and we're at the 0.11 again. So that's negative 1/2 x to the 3/2, negative 1/2 times 1 to the 3/2 is 1 to the 3/2 is 1. So that's a negative 1/2 again. And then if y equals x to the negative 1st, y prime is a negative 1x to the negative 2nd, or negative 1/x squared. Y prime at 1 is a negative 1/1 squared is negative 1/1 or negative 1. And we can see that pretty clearly here, down 1, right 1. All right, let's look at number 7 here. The derivative of any constant is going to be 0. Same with number 8. Number 9, we have 7x to the 6th. We multiply exponent times coefficient. So 7 times 1 is 7, drop the exponent by 1. Number 10 is going to be 12x to the 11th. 11, we're going to rewrite this as y equals x to the negative 5th, and then find the derivative negative 5x to the negative 6, or negative 5 over x to the 6th. Use that same process for number 12, y equals 3x to the negative 7th, so y prime is a negative 21x to the negative 8th, or negative 21 over x to the 8th. Let's go ahead and clear these. Get to number 13 here. 13 f of x is equal to x to the 1/9. That's what the 9th root is. So f prime of x will be 1/9 x to the negative 8/9. Go ahead and bring that down. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and rationalize that denominator and multiplying by x to the 1/9, top and bottom. So this is going to be the 9th root of x over 9x. 14 f of g of x is x to the 1/4 power. G prime of x is 1/4 x to the negative 3/4 power is 1 over 4x to the 3/4, and let's rationalize that denominator. So g prime of x is the 4th root of x over 4x. Let's look now at number 15. Fifteen says f of x is equal to x plus 11. So f prime of x will be 1 plus 0 is 1. 16. G of x is 6x plus 3. So g prime of x is 6 plus 0 is 6. 17. F of t is equal to negative 3t squared plus 2t minus 4. So f prime of t, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Drop the exponent by 1 to t. 1 times 2 is 2. Drop the exponent by 1. Becomes t to the 0, which is just 1. Then plus 0. So this is negative 6t plus 2. 18. Y equals t squared minus 3t plus 1. So y prime equals 2t minus 3. 19 g of x equals x squared plus 4x to the third. G prime of x is 2x plus 4 times 3 is 12x squared. Let's look at number 20 now. 20 is y equals 4x minus 3x cubed. So y prime is 4 minus 9x squared. 21. S of t, that's a position equation, t cubed plus 5t squared minus 3t plus 8. S prime of t, that'll be a velocity equation, 3t squared plus 10t minus 3. 22. Y is equal to 2x cubed plus 6x squared minus 1. Y prime is 6x squared plus 12x. 23. Y equals pi over 2 sine of theta. So y prime equals pi over 2. Constant multiplier sits there. Derivative of sine is cosine. We're differentiating with respect to theta. Let's look at this. Look at number 24 next. G of t is equal to pi cosine of t. So g prime of t, pi is a constant multiplier, derivative of cosine is negative sine. So this will be a negative pi sine of t. 25, y equals x squared minus 1/2 cosine of x. Y prime is 2x minus 1/2 times negative sine x. So y prime is 2x plus 1/2 sine x. This negative times that negative is a positive. Moving on now to number 31. And the instructions tell us to find the slope of the graph of the function at the given point using the derivative function. And we can use a graphing utility to verify our results. I'll leave that to you. If you have a graphing utility that can tell you the slope of the tangent line. So I'm going to rewrite this as 8x to the negative second. We're given the point to 2, f prime of x be negative 16x to the negative third, or negative 16 over x to the third. So f prime of 2 is negative 16 over 2 cubed is negative 16 over 8 is a slope of negative 2. Y is equal to 4x plus 1 quantity squared at the point 0, 1. So we're going to expand this since we don't know the chain rule yet. 16x squared plus 8x plus 1. Y prime is going to be 32x plus 8. Y prime at 0 is going to be 8. That was number 35. 38. G of t is negative 2 cosine of t plus 5. And the point given to us is pi 7. G prime of t is negative 2 times negative sine t plus 0. G prime of t is 2 sine of t. G prime of pi is 2 times sine of pi. Sine of pi is 0, so my slope is 0. Number 39 says find the derivative of the function. We're only going to do the odd problems in this problem set. F of x is equal to x squared plus 5 minus 3x to the negative second. So f prime of x is 2x plus 6x to the negative third. I'll leave that in exponential notation because that's how it was written to start off with. 41, g of t is t squared minus 4 over t to the third. I'll rewrite this as g of t is equal to t squared minus 4t to the negative third before I differentiate. So that will be 2t plus 12t to the negative fourth. And then I'll rewrite that in the fraction form because that's how we started off. So 12 over t to the fourth. Let's erase here. 43, have f of x is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4 over x squared. Because that denominator is a monomial, let's split everything up over our common denominator and simplify. And so that will be f prime of x is equal to 1 plus 0 or minus 0 minus 8x to the negative third. Prime of x is x to the third over x to the third minus 8 over x to the third is x cubed minus 8 over x to the third. All right. Let's look at number 45. G of t is equal to 3t squared plus 4t minus 8 over t to the 3 halves. So g of t is 3 to the 3t to the 4 halves plus 4t to the 2 halves minus 8 over t to the 3 halves. So g of t is 3t to the 4 minus 3 is 1/2 plus 4t to the 2 minus 3 is a negative 1/2 minus 8t to the negative 3 halves. And let's differentiate now. G prime t is 3 halves t to the negative 1/2 minus 2t to the negative 3 halves plus 24 over 2 is 12t to the negative 5 halves. Let's pull out 1/2 t to the negative 5 halves, and this will be 3t to the 4 halves, so that's squared, minus 4t to the 2 halves, so that's t, plus 24. So g prime of t is going to be 3t squared minus 4t plus 24 over 2t to the 5 halves. Let's look at number 47. Y is equal to x times x squared plus 1. So y is equal to x cubed plus x. Y prime is 3x squared plus 1. 49. F of x is equal to root x minus 6 times the cube root of x. So f of x is equal to x to the 1/2 minus 6x to the 1/3. F prime of x is equal to 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 minus 2x to the negative 2/3. And let's make a common denominator for our exponents here. So this is going to be 1/2 x to the negative 3/6 minus 2x to the negative 4/6. And so I'm going to factor out a 1/2 x to the negative 4/6 or negative 2/3. And that's going to leave me with x to the 1/6 minus 4. So that is x to the, this is the 6th root of x minus 4 over 2 times the cube root of x squared. (51) is f of x is equal to 6 root x plus 5 cosine x. F of x is equal to 6x to the 1/2 plus 5 cosine of x. F prime of x is 3x to the negative 1/2 minus 5 sine x. F prime of x is equal to 3 over root x minus 5 sine x. Don't see any need to rationalize that. 53 1 over 3x to the negative 2nd minus 5 cosine of x. And this is y equals. So since I have a negative exponent in the denominator, it can just come across like so. And then square that term will give me 9x squared minus 5 cosine of x. So y prime will be 18x plus 5 sine of x. All right. That'll take us to number 59 next. And we're going to find horizontal tangent lines where the slope is 0. So if y is equal to x to the 4th minus 2x squared plus 3, y prime is 4x cubed minus 4x. We want to set that equal to 0. 4x is a common factor, leaving us with x squared minus 1, 0. 4x times x plus 1 times x minus 1 equals 0. 4x equals 0, or x plus 1 equals 0, or x minus 1 equals 0, x equals 0, or x equals negative 1, or x equals 1. So let's find the ordered pairs now. Y of 0 is at 3. Y of negative 1 is 1 minus 2 plus 3 is 4 minus 2 is 2. So that gives us the point 0, 3 here. It gives us negative 1, 2 here. Y of 1 is 1 minus 2 plus 3 is also 2, which gives us the point 1, 2 here. So we have 3 horizontal tangent lines for our 4th degree polynomial with those possible turning points, those turning points in the graph of some kind will be at 0, 3, negative 1, 2, and 1, 2. See, that was 65. Let's look at 76. All right, so they've given us the points A, B, C, D, and E on the graph, and they want us to between which two consecutive points is the average rate of change the greatest. So 76A, and I would encourage you to have some sort of ruler or something like that to approximate the secant lines here. But the secant line with the greatest slope is going to be AB. So we're going to say from A to B. Is the average rate of change of the function A to B greater than or less than the instantaneous rate of change at B? It's greater. The slope is bigger than the slope. It's more steeper. So average rate of change of AB is greater than the instantaneous rate of change at B. Sketch the tangent line to the graph between C and D such that the slope of the tangent line is the same as the average rate of change of the function between C and D. Interesting. So they want us to use the intermediate value theorem, and that here's the point. Here's C to D. If I could zoom in on this a little bit to show you what they're trying to ask you to do, that we could draw this secant line right here from C to D, and somewhere in between there is a point of tangency that has the same, that's parallel to that. So that's just asking you to apply the mean value theorem, the intermediate value theorem that we have talked about already with slopes. Let's see here, 79 is our next problem. Campus. Horizontal tangent line. Show that the function f of x equals 3x plus sine x plus 2 does not have a horizontal tangent line. So f prime of x equals 3 plus cosine x. And I want to set that equal to 0. Say cosine of x equals -3, but that's impossible, since cosine has to stay between -1 and 1 for its range. So it can never equal -3, so there's no horizontal tangent line for f of x. Okay. Then we're going to go on to number 95 for our last problem here, which is an application. So a silver dollar is dropped from the top of the building that is 1,372 feet tall. So S of 0 is 1,362. I think I said 72 just a second ago, but 1,362 feet. Determine the position of velocity for the coin. So the functions here, S of t will be S naught plus v0t, so it's starting from rest, minus 1/2 gt squared, so that's 16t squared. It's my position equation, and my instantaneous velocity is going to be negative 32 t, since it started from rest. So there's A. Part B, determine the average velocity on the interval of 1 to 2. So this would be s of 2 minus s of 1 over 2 minus 1 is going to be 1362 minus 16 times 2 squared minus 1362 minus 16 times 1 squared, 2 minus 1. 1362 minus 1362 is 0. So this is equal to negative 16 times 4 plus 16 times 1 over 1. So that's a negative 64 plus 16 over 1 is 64 minus 16 is 48 negative. That's a negative 48 feet per second average. And then find the instantaneous velocity when so we're on s prime of t is negative 32t, s prime of 1 is negative 32 feet per second, s prime of 2 is negative 64 feet per second, and negative 48 is between negative 32 and negative 64, which makes sense. Find the required time for the coin to reach the ground. So D 1362 minus 16t squared equals 0. Negative 16t squared equals negative 1362. T squared equals, actually I can just factor here, negative 16 times t squared minus, and then 1362 divided by 16 is fraction is 681 over 8. So this is t squared equals 681 over 8. Going to approximate this, that it's plus or minus 681 over 8. I'm going to ignore the negative answer since there's no such thing as negative time. And I'm going to get this. Did I say that? Square root of the answer here is 9.23 seconds approximately. There we go. So that was D. Find the velocity on impact using that exact number, s prime of root 681 over 8 is negative 32 times root 681 over 8. go into no of this times negative 32 is negative 295.24. Feet per second. And I wouldn't want to be standing anywhere close to that silver dollar. So that's it for this video. We'll come back to next time and talk about section 2.3. See you for the next video.